Hi, Kia ora listeners. Let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. This is day 5 of the March Sumo Tournament 2026. Question was asked in the comments about wrestlers going out injured, or kyujo as they call it. Before day 1 of the tournament, the fight schedule, or the torakumi, is published for day 1 and day 2. Each day after that throughout the tournament, the schedule is normally only put out for the next day's bouts only. Now, if a wrestler pulls out after that schedule is set by the committee that night and it's published, then the opponent they were meant to face gets a default win, or a fusensho. If it's against Yokozuna, they don't get the gold star Kimboshi win, they just get a fusen win. If a wrestler pulls out, say, on day 4, like Onakatsu, they can then come back at any time, even multiple times throughout the tournament. So tonight you saw Onakatsu come back for a fight. The schedule accounts for wrestlers who pull out before it is published, though, like in the case of Midori Fuji, who pulled out before the first 2 days' action was published. He was on the Banzuke, on the ranking list, but then he pulled out before the tournament was published for day 1 and day 2. And that's why you see a Juryo wrestler brought up into the top division sometimes to make the numbers even. So on to day 5 fights. Hoshoryu, he faced the Okinawa bulldozer Tsurunumi, who's doing okay. A good touchy eyes. Tsurunumi tries but can't get the front of Hoshoryu's belt, but he missed it. Hoshoryu does a big double nodowa, pulls a bit of an arm pull on Tsurunumi, pulls him forward a little bit. Tsurunumi then drives forward as Hoshoryu tries to grab his arm, but he can't quite get a grip there. Hoshoryu then drives forward, trying to take control of the match. He drives Tsurunumi to the bales, and Tsurunumi tries to turn Hoshoryu over, but Hoshoryu is far too strong and balanced for that. Hoshoryu ends up with a right inside body grip right up under the arm, a left belt which he uses to lift hard to the left, upsetting Tsurunumi's balance. Tsurunumi's still upright, slightly on his heels, as Hoshoryu then throws Tsurunumi over to his left onto the dirt. It was a pretty dominant Yokozuna Tsukinage beltless throw. 4 wins for Hoshoryu, 3 for Tsurunumi. Aonishiki, or Zeki, he faced the Pocket Rocket with confidence, Fujinokawa. It's clear that Fujinokawa has watched the videos. He came with a plan tonight. It was not a bad plan, but Aonishiki was onto it fairly early. Interestingly, it was an interesting touchy eye as Fujinokawa started low and then dipped and lifted up in the touchy eye. And you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get in that low position and stop Aonishiki from getting down into that really low position, tried to really lift him up. Aonishiki in return grabbed Fujinokawa's right arm and controlled him. Fujinokawa tried a right leg kick, but Aonishiki just had the arm and controlled him back and over the bales. Oshidashi was the result there for Aonishiki. 3 and 2 for him. Fujinokawa 2 and 3. Kodazakura, Wakataka Kage, had a bit of an unusual one. Good touchy eyes. Wakataka Kage got a right inside, left outside belt grip. Kodazakura kind of got himself a body grip, but then eventually grabbed Wakataka Kage's right arm. He only really had a right inside body grip to start, and he then converted to a left grip on the back of Wakataka Kage's mawashi knot. The knot on the mawashi came completely undone. Kodazakura is moving Wakataka Kage to the bales. Wakataka Kage defends. He's pushing back into the center and pivots around. The Gyoji spots that the belt is undone and that Kodazakura had that belt by the right hand. He had the strand of the knot. The Gyoji then calls a pause, and what they call that a mawashi mata. The Gyoji then reties the knot, but because Kodazakura had the belt strand from the knot, he didn't have a grip on the actual belt itself. The Gyoji then has a problem where he's going to put Kodazakura's right hand. He then asks the chief shimpan, the chief judge who's sitting by the ring, if he can change the grip for Kodazakura onto the belt. The shimpan agrees. Look, that's quite an advantage for Kodazakura, as he really only grabbed the knot to begin with, and now he gets a free belt grip from the Mawashi Mata. Not sure that is overly fair, but the match restarts. Now, Kota Zakura has that right inside belt grip with Wakataka Kage on the outside left. Wakataka Kage is pushing Kota Zakura to the bales as they struggle. Wakataka Kage struggling hard. He has the double belt. Kota Zakura has lost that left grip and he's around Wakataka Kage's arm. He's more upright. Tries to pull Wakataka Kage over, but Waka moves him to the bales using every bit of strength he has, forces Kota Zakura over. Really good Yorakiri there for Wakataka Kage. 2 and 3 for him, 3 and 2 for Kota Zakura. An attempted hanker by Wakamoto Haru doesn't work out quite so well. It's not really a full hanker. He went fairly diagonal, didn't jump fully out of the way. He moves to his right, grabs Kirishima's arm. Kirishima escapes it and slaps him down. Hataki Komi, 4 and 1 Kirishima. Wakamoto Haru, winless. Now, let's not get excited. Hold your breath. Takayasu, Papa Bear moved into it. Wait for it. The sole lead with a win over Yoshino Fuji. It was a good touchy-eye. Takayasu got himself a left inside, right outside grip, but Yoshino Fuji can't get any belt grip. He missed the right. He's only got a left body grip, and that was the determining factor. Takayasu quickly used the belt grip and his weight to lift and drive Yoshino Fuji back and over. Yorakiri, Papa Bear 5 and 0. Yoshino Fuji 2 and 3. Atami Fuji, he faced this super fast and slippery Hirodumi. Good touchy eye. Hirodumi couldn't get a grip. He had both arms under Atami Fuji's arms, but didn't really have any grip there. Atami Fuji was pushing Hirodumi backwards to the bales, and without a grip, it was kind of easier for Hirodumi to slip to his left. Deft footwork, released his arms from the grip of Atami Fuji, and then Atami Fuji goes past him, pushes him with a rear push-out Okuridashi. A good win for Hirodumi, 4 and 1. Atami Fuji, 2 and 3. Ichi Yamamoto, he faced Oho. It's a pretty soft touchy eye, but Oho starts threshing at Ichi. Ichi stood up, but he just kept thrusting back at Oho. Oho retreats, and Ichi chased him across the bales and over. He goes over. Fairly easy Oshidashi win there. 3 and 2 for Ichi Yamamoto, 1 and 4 for Oho. Daisho, he slapped an overcommitted Kota Shoho down off the tachi-eye. That's his second win. He needed that. Kota Shoho drops to 4 and 1. He had a chance for 5 and 0. Onakatsu, as I said, has returned to the Basho tonight, missing 3 days, but he should have stayed away. That knee does not look good. Takanosho thrust him down to the side fairly easily. Looked like the knee gave out. Onakatsu looks like he's in a bit of pain. He limped off. I wouldn't think he will persist past tonight. The grand old man, Tamawashi, the most appearances ever in Makuuchi top division. He dealt Ura an easy Oshidashi push out. Tamawashi gets himself 3 and 2 to celebrate. Ura also 3 and 2 after that loss. Gonayama, he showed he's not just a pusher thruster against Oshumi. It's a good touchy eye as Gonayama tries to lift Oshumi. Oshumi is under Gonayama's arms. Gonayama tries to belly pump Oshumi back. He then converts to a right outside, left inside belt. He lifts hard, trying to break Oshumi's posture. He resists with a double belt grip as well. Oshumi then kind of latched his leg around Gonayama's leg at the bales, trying to hold himself in, but Gonayama presses the case, uses his weight. Oshumi falls backwards over the bales and lands hard. Abase Teoshi, a backwards force down is the call there. 4 and 1 for Gonayama, winless for Oshumi. A pretty good bout between Asahakoryu and Tobizaru. A good touchy eye as Asahakoryu gets a right in body grip and left out body grip, drives Tobizaru to the bales. He changes to a left outside belt grip, almost pulls Tobizaru over Watanabe at the bales, but he stays in. They push back. Tobi goes low. Asahakoryu, there's too many Asas in this top division at the moment. Asahakoryu tries to push him down onto the dirt, holding the back of Tobizaru's head. I don't know how he stayed up, but he had a right inside belt grip, so that kind of helped him stay. They struggle low. Tobizaru then tries to sweep Asahi Koryu 3 times. Unsuccessful. And they lock up in the middle for a moment. They were breathing hard as they locked up. Asahi Koryu, he tries to drag Tobizaru to the bales with the belt grip, and almost with an Uwata Dashinage open belt throw, but again Tobizaru's grip on the belt, he stays in and they lock up again. Tobizaru, he loses the left grip. Asahi Koryu is holding his hand with his right. Asahi Koryu has control, moves Tobi back across the bales before he grabs him with a solid body grip. He gets control. Tobizaru goes back over the bales. I think he just ran out of gas there. Good win, Yorikiri, and 4th win for Asahi Koryu. 1 win for Tobizaru. Things will need to improve for him. He is low on the Bansuke, and that Juryo barge, it is looming. And to finish, Shodai, he beat Oshoma for his 4th win. Asahi Koryu got a win over Roga for his 4th win. A bit of a hanker followed by an Oshidashi, and that got him the win there to get to 4. That's it for day 5, folks. Day 6 sees Hoshoryu face the super-fast Hirodumi. Dangerous little match there. Atami Fuji and Kodazakura, 2 big guys. That should be interesting. Aonishiki should easily account for Oho in the form he is in, but if Oho can be inspired by the spirit of his Yokozuna grandfather Taiho, it could be a good one. Oho has beaten Aonishiki twice before. Kirishima, he gets a difficult one with Yoshino Fuji, but I think he should deal with that. And Papa Bear Takayasu, he gets a difficult one with Waka Takakage. Good night of bouts there tomorrow night. Join me again, folks. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.